The last thing you want to think about when you're dealing with a medical issue is the back and forth between your medical provider and your insurance company and whether or not something's in network. So when those things do arise, it can really add to the stressors of taking care and focusing on your health. And we have something going on here in the Springfield area that it's impacting patients across the spectrum. And that's an ongoing dispute between Blue Cross Blue Shield and Springfield Clinic, and it deals with whether or not certain doctors are in network and plans that Blue Cross Blue Shield is promoting that Springfield Clinic says are not proper, and there's even state legislators in the area sending letters to state regulators, the Department of Insurance, asking for a more thorough investigation. Blue Cross Blue Shield already having been fined about $340,000 for not having proper adequacy with their plans when it comes to what they are offering. And you've got Democrats and Republicans here in Springfield at the State House asking for the Department of Insurance to do more, including State Representative Sue Scheer asking for essentially regulators to come in and try to do more than just fine them. What other types of things could happen? Well, to talk more about this in studio with us, we've got two individuals from Springfield Clinic, Vice President of Brand Experience and Advocacy, Zach Kerker, and also Cal Thomas, the Chief Development Officer. Gentlemen, thanks for taking time with us today.
Good morning, Greg. How are you?
Good. So I guess, what did I leave out in setting that up?
No, I think you hit it. It's been about $1 million in fines that the DOI has handed over, and they've taken it seriously. Clearly, I think the things that caught my attention about the legislative letters is both Sue Scheer, Representative Scheer, and Senator Turner asked for the stop of the sale of the plan of this, the Blue Cross plan as a result of these issues. They're clearly hearing what we've heard from patients for almost 2 years now, which is we can't find doctors. Where if Springfield Clinic isn't a network, where is it that we're supposed to go? And so, the Department of Insurance has levied the fines, and I think that what it's done is from a response standpoint from Blue Cross is little. The networks still show over 100, about 100 Springfield Clinic doctors in them. We're not in network. Those doctors are not in network. And so, it certainly caught our attention that the legislators still see this as an issue and are still trying to bring attention to it.
So obviously, this impacts patients in various ways. If they do, go to a doctor that's not in network, I mean, that costs them out of pocket. Is that right?
Yeah, it's extremely confusing. We've set up a patient line that they can call to ask questions specifically about this. We also sent all of our patients letters specifically about those. There's about 92 docs or providers that are listed as in network on the directories, and we tried to explain to our patients, hey, these providers are not in network. You should be aware of that. We received a letter from Blue Cross Blue Shield telling us not to do that after we sent those letters. And so, look, I think transparency about what's available to someone who's paid their insurance premium when it comes to what they can actually access is important. I think that's what we've been asking for all along. I think that's what the legislators are clearly asking for now. And I don't think any of those things are unreasonable asks.
So with the Department of Insurance being asked to do more on this, I imagine that we'll see another page turn. But the fines, of course, you said about $1 million have been levied so far against Blue Cross Blue Shield. That doesn't seem to have changed, at least to the trajectory. Has anything changed?
No, and you got to give. I think the department, that was precedent-setting steps that they took, right? Network adequacy, the legislation around that, the statute came in 2017. They've never really had to deal with it because there's never been a situation quite like this. So, I think that it's clear that the administration, the department is trying to do all that they can in this case. But this is a bear that we've got to tackle if you want to have, the infrastructure that we've got around healthcare stay sound within our communities. And that's been the fight we're fighting. Look, we don't want this thing to drag on forever. We never have. The minute Blue Cross is willing to give us a market deal like all the others, a Cigna, an Aetna, anybody else, that we have with them, then we're done. That's it. We'll be back in network. Let's go. But that's all we've ever asked for is a fair market deal. And we just haven't gotten there yet.
That's Zach Kerker. He is Vice President of Brand Experience and Advocacy with Springfield Clinic. And I just want to kind of read here a little bit from one of these letters from State Senator Doris Turner, talking about how Blue Cross Blue Shield Illinois terminated its contract with Springfield Clinic last year, eliminating access to thousands of individuals and families to one of the largest networks of primary care and specialty physicians and ambulatory care services across central Illinois, including in many rural communities. As a result of that termination, the Department of Insurance was correct in fining the company for violating the matter. But she goes on to say that those fines, quote, appear that the matter is getting worse. So despite those dollars, they say it seems that it's getting worse in Springfield and the surrounding area.
Yeah, it just hasn't been. It continues to be a major issue for patients. You should not, if you're calling a specialist and you're being told you've got to wait 6-8 months to get into that specialist, that's not how the system is supposed to work. And if you're paying a premium in order to have that access, you're paying for something that you're not getting, and that's not. There should be accountability and ramifications for that.
We're talking with Springfield Clinic officials. Of course, we'll obviously hear a lot more about Blue Cross Blue Shield and what the next steps are, especially with area legislators, both Democrat and Republicans, asking for the Department of Insurance to do more to not just investigate, but also hold Blue Cross Blue Shield Illinois accountable, just for sake of trying to get all sides on this. I did reach out earlier this morning. Now, granted, it was crazy early this morning. I think I sent off the email at like 3:30. So, but I did ask for a response from Blue Cross Blue Shield about this. So hopefully we can get something, and I'll share that with you what their response is. But this clearly is something that's impacting patients. That's impacting, I would imagine, even doctors. Doctors don't want to be wrapped up in this too, do they?
Oh, absolutely. It's our focus to keep medical care here local. And so this is a direct threat on our ability to keep and retain physicians in the central Illinois market. So that's really a big factor of this for us is, we need to protect that. We don't need or want our patients to have to travel to a large city to receive their care. And so that's really what this is about.
Again, talking with Springfield Clinic officials, Zach and Cal. And Cal, just talking there, just to completely change subjects because, of course, we'll talk more about what's going on with Blue Cross Blue Shield in the future. But a big day yesterday, and the Shields Sports Complex at Legacy Point, ground being broken. Springfield Clinic's very much a part of this.
Yeah, we're really excited about it, and there is a little irony there. These two topics actually connect. We are focused on giving back to the communities that we serve. And so that's what this Legacy Point Sports Project is all about. Regardless of all the challenges that we're dealing with Blue Cross, with other variables, we're proud of the fact that we've been able to maintain our commitment to this project. We see the value that this is going to bring to our community, new members to our community, new businesses. So yesterday was a really big day for us. We're excited about it.
And what are you guys going to be doing? Are you going to be just sponsoring events, or is it going to be even providing some assistance to those young athletes?
Yeah, a whole book of business that we have planned for this. So we are the exclusive health and performance partner of the park. We're a pinnacle partner next to Shields as it relates to the branding of the park. But our focus is more than the name recognition. We're going to be bringing services. Our focus on this is to bring a modern, innovative approach to healthcare, and we see this project as an opportunity to roll that out. We've got various services planned. We'll share more with you guys in the coming months, but a lot of exciting things.
A lot of exciting things, and we talked with Ryan McCready from the Springfield Segment Growth Alliance earlier today, getting kind of a timeline of sorts of when to expect this to open, right. And kind of a soft opening in late 2024, and then things are really going to kick into gear in 2025 with the big grand opening. So looking forward to that. Well, Zach, Cal from Springfield Clinic, both of you, thank you so much for taking time with us, and please do keep us posted on what we do find out about the latest back and forth with Blue Cross Blue Shield, and we'll definitely get that out to our listeners. But Zach, just one last time here, talk about the importance of anybody who has questions on how they can get those questions answered.
Yeah, if you call us and ask for our patient courtesy line, you're going to be able to get to someone. If you tell them that you're trying to sort through a Blue Cross issue, whether or not someone is in network, we'll get you to someone who's specifically focused on that. And if you are out of network and you still want to see a Springfield Clinic provider, you can call that number and we will sort through. If what your different payment options are. If you want to pay cash payment so you can still see this provider and it doesn't have to get the claim filed, we'll tell you in advance what that cost looks like. So then you can decide and make the decision about, all right, I'm just going to go ahead and go back to my Springfield Clinic doctor. I'll just pay out of pocket. It's a reduced fee in that case because cash payments are. And so we're doing everything that we can to try and help patients navigate this. So give us a call and we'll do everything we can to help.
Fantastic. All right. Zach Kerker, Vice President of Brand Experience and Advocacy, and Chief Development Officer Kyle Thomas. Thank you both for taking time with us today.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Greg.
It is Springfield's Morning News on 92.7 W.